Jerome Powell plans to tighten on Jackson's Hole. We got MasterCard cutting ties with Binance. And did Pepe the Frog just rug pull the entire earth? All this and more on Blockchain Basement.
Bum, 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 bum. You ready for this? I'm ready. Welcome.
If you're gonna screw me, at least pull my hair.
Hell yeah. What you got?
They could start chopping off fingers. They're like, give me your seed phrase, but I don't know it.
Out to give the numbers out. And I was like, no, hang up the phone right now.
Or like when it dropped in 2020, was it like exciting?
400,000 to 600,000. The generational signals are now.
Level. So I don't even know if we're gonna get back below there. But if we do, that's kind of where we.
Welcome. It's Friday. Hello, one. Hello, all. We are joined by the A Squad here at the Hit Network Studios. Joined top by Hannah, who's matching the imagery behind her, which is pretty impressive.
Yeah, love that.
Pretty incredible. So look away. We have Nick down on the couch.
That's right.
Just looking frizzy and ready for anything. And Aaron joining us. I think this is the first time you've been on the show.
I've been on the board once.
You've been on the board once?
Yeah.
That was with me, wasn't it?
Wow.
Yes, I think so.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And Owen, the prince himself, ready to run the world. Yeah, he's going to take over England soon.
Prince of Peace.
Yeah, wear glasses on.
So just for context, yesterday, things got a little weird for Owen. We have some results of what kind of came about it from our wonderful community. I think this is from Shane. I'm assuming that this meme is from Shane. Let's take a look here.
Wow.
So...
Wow.
Look at
So real.
the bone structure.
Literally.
I mean, he's got more pronounced kind of cheekbones.
Yeah, the
there.
cheekbones, they're very rosy. They're cherubic.
Yeah,
actually.
you have more pronounced than this. So I'd say
Prince
it's a little
Owen.
bit
The
off.
head's the correct size, too.
Prince
I like
Owen is on a mission.
Here's
Look
another
at
close
him.
up here. So yeah, I mean, is
Wow.
Owen Princess Diana's lost son? Is he going to have the rightful ownership of the British Kingdom? Time will tell. But we're rolling with it because he could be royalty someday. He's working towards it. That's enough.
He could be crypto royalty very soon.
Yeah, you lean into it. So obviously today we had the big news come out of Jackson Hole on Powell's speech. Yes, Daddy Powell coming out, shocking the markets. What he reveals could change everything. This was from Q Rohit. I probably slaughtered that, but here's a summary of Powell's Jackson Hole speech, which was today. We are prepared to raise further if needed. The Fed will not change its 2% inflation target.
Oof.
That's not going to happen. We'll proceed carefully on whether to hike again. Lowering inflation will require softer labor markets, and above trend growth could warrant more rate hikes. So it seems like a long pause is coming by this guy's account. I wouldn't put it that far. I do kind of have the undertone that the Federal Reserve could have another rate hike in their bag right now. Really good earnings from Wall Street and the traditional markets recently. And just listening to Powell's speech, he's leaving it very open to interpretation, which, the markets, it was very lackluster on the price movement. This thing, I mean, here's where the speech happened at. I'll do a candle so it represents it a little bit better. But yeah, definitely a little bit of chaos right there, right? A little bit of chaos.
Isn't there a special name for that type of candle? The one that's like really thin?
I call it the Darth Maul wick.
Oh,
You know?
I call it the ball gag.
The ball gag?
Ooh.
Oh, I am far from okay.
Get the gimp.
Yeah. But man, it's hard to call like where obviously I feel pretty good about calling that the markets were going to go down from 30, but I'm wondering, I'm sitting here trying to figure out if we have further down to go.
Off-grid Anarchy says, you look great in blue, no laser.
When blue, so colors give off different wavelengths, lasers.
Don't even start.
I know, but you have a good point, Nick. Why would they make a weapon like that that's taken down by the simple color blue. Doesn't make much sense. So you have the whole conspiracy theory going on about UN helmets being blue. You got cesium blue, which has already been a conversation of
the IKEA carry tote bags are blue.
Right.
So the only thing you'll need to defeat a multi-million-dollar space laser is to just throw an IKEA bag on your head.
Yep.
And you're golden, baby.
Yep.
You're
You'll make it
laser
through.
proof.
You'll make it through. And I just want to talk about some fallacies that I've seen within the Maui conspiracies and the laser conspiracies. Like, I've seen the conversation going on that you can take my screen down. So asphalt melts at around 360 degrees. Aluminum melts at around 1200 degrees.
Yep.
But fires don't burn on asphalt, right? Yep. They jump over the street to the next structure through wind and coals and just that spreading that way. So don't get so wrapped up in thinking that everything has got to be a scam or a psyop or a conspiracy theory. That's something that I deal with all the time because I'm always getting sent this information and eventually you'll get the flat earthers in there. You're going to get the birds aren't real.
Drew, Hawaii has one of the largest concentrations. Hang on, Mark Smithson says, Nick, welding job after the show. Yes. This is my welder's outfit. Hawaii has one of the largest concentrations of electric and hybrid vehicles. And do you know how hot a lithium-ion battery burns?
It's very hot. I don't know the exact number, though.
It's way hotter than the melting point of aluminum. It's like 2,500 to 3,000 degrees or 3,200 degrees. Chemistry bro will come in off the top rope and correct me. But it's extremely hot. So when those batteries catch fire, my dudes, your aluminum framed unibody shitbox is going to melt into the street, and that's why you see meltedaluminum.com/ use common sense. Thanks. This is brought to you by Coors Light.
We're just dropping a little bit of, concise alpha for you so you don't get
calm
wrapped
down.
up. Yeah, just calm down. Yes, we're governed by reptilian tyrants that probably diddle young kids. But other than that, I don't think that, we're getting zapped out of the earth just yet.
That's hot.
Yeah. That's hot.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
There's the cue, the Paris BJ says.
That was good.
So I'm not fully in the loop with this, but I was told that there's drone footage in Maui, and it's just everything that's blue was not touched. Does anyone have any theories on that?
I have seen those videos, and that's where these theories of the blue coloration kind of stopping the laser come from. It's just really hard to imagine that a military-grade laser system would be defeated by that.
And it can't take out umbrellas? That's crazy to me.
Yeah, it seems really stupid.
Yeah, so tough to make that decision right out of the gates. But what
I could see orbital rail guns way over lasers.
Yeah?
Because they've had rail guns for 25 or 30 years.
This is true.
You strap one of those puppies on a C-130. Mm-hmm. I mean, the range is it's more than Tomahawk missiles. And it goes in a straight line. It's not affected by gravity, really.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean, it's I am not technologically expert enough to say yes or no. It was a dew but Mountain Dew has the Maui Dew flame burst flavor.
What?
So you see some weird things like this.
It has a flame burst.
I gotta see if I can find it. I'll try to find it in a minute. But yeah, you'll see some little hints and things like that. Biden
this
was
is another episode
focused.
of The Bunker.
Yeah, Biden was laser focused on the situation the day of.
Poorly timed tweet.
Poorly timed tweet. He's got to have other people watching his back.
Is it a cry for help?
Yeah, it's a cry for help. I mean,
he doesn't know what's going on. Someone else told him to type it out or something.
All right, so we had the Fed rate hike. Markets really don't care. We're still holding this 28,000 or 25,800. It looks like
it. Buying.
You're buying?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Okay.
When Tesla or SpaceX sold all their Bitcoin and the Bitcoin price dumped, I bought their Bitcoin. Are you kidding me?
Did you?
I did too.
Yeah, I was like, give me that.
I doubled my bag.
Hell
You
yeah.
doubled your bag.
Yeah.
What'd you got?
It's like $12 now.
Yep.
Dude,
Then you're all in.
congratulations.
20.
$20 whole dollars of Bitcoin.
That's all in, man. God, it's coming up. I told myself in September, when the wonkiness comes, I'm going to be getting back in. The whole thing is back into what?
Yep.
Am I going to get into Bitcoin? That's probably going to be more stable as we head towards the halving. Or am I going to get that risky biscuit and put it down on an altcoin that might get crushed before the halving? And then its recovery gets it up to par. Yeah. That's the real question here. We are seeing some things. I saw there's people calling out. I'll see if I can show it on my trading view right here. But there's a head and shoulders type pattern playing out on Bitcoin right now. I know CryptoFace is short right now. We have a lot of people that are pretty good at trading, calling out for a lower low here. So that's what's kind of got me. I'll move my face out of the way so you can see it. I can't move this website.
One day we'll have BJ actually fix this vmix file to where
on Monday or one day.
One day he'll
over
do his
the
job.
Rainbow.
One day he'll do his job.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. But this is what they're looking at. This little head and shoulders pattern here playing out. You got your left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and then this nasty wick. Now the real time frame on if we fall down below that is kind of what I am looking at. Now this is interesting too. So we were talking about NVIDIA yesterday. This is from Don Alt, and this is Bitcoin compared to NVIDIA on just a charted graph. So look at the value of NVIDIA compared to Bitcoin. NVIDIA is crushing Bitcoin.
Wait, what am I looking at right now?
So this is BTC to NVIDIA chart.
Oh.
Yeah. So NVIDIA, with its latest earnings report and its growth, is definitely outpacing Bitcoin for the immediate time being. But, this is kind of a funny meme. So BTC is the real market, is to the real market what Doge is to BTC. Well, it always has been. Yeah. But there's a good kind of falling wedge pattern here.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it looks like it's getting ready to set up for a little bit of move in the opposite direction. Yep. Obviously, Wall Street's not been having a ton of fun lately. Let's go to here.
Real quick. You're talking about head and shoulders. Aaron, when you're working out your shoulders, what exercises do you think target for the best strength?
Dude, Aaron has the biggest shoulders.
Strength. I'm not talking about mass with shoulder. I'm just talking about like keeping your shoulders strong.
I do, some side raises here. I do some shoulder shrugs.
Okay.
Some over the shoulder presses.
Is that like a military press?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you gonna get after it, Nick?
I have to. Yeah.
I did yesterday, actually.
I'm approaching that phase in my life. Nearing my sexual prime. So it's just and if you have like weenie pencil neck shoulders, then it's just not a good look. Like I'm sitting down right now, I'm slouched, I'm drinking a Coors Light, so I'm not in like peak physical state right now, but I do have decent shoulders, but they need to be better. Okay? I want to look like another little person is popping out of the top of my body.
Love that.
I mean, Aaron's got pretty big shoulders.
Aaron's a ripped dude. He is far and away the strongest person in the office. I would say he's stronger than Tim Warren.
He could probably bench. Oh, dude, that's a good battle.
Because he's got age. He's got age on him. Tim's old. Tim's old as shit.
I don't know.
Should we get
I'm country strong.
Should we get a ring?
A
Gloves?
ring?
Oh,
I know.
I want to see who can lift
Country
more.
boys can survive.
Yeah.
They truly can. Disney, however, not looking so hot. So Disney's currently on pace to close trading day at its lowest level in 9 years.
Wow.
This is Disney shares haven't closed lower. Yep, F around and find out, buddy. And this is what happens when you fill your retail shops that are meant for children with
Questionable materials.
Questionable materials.
Yep.
Confused human beings.
Well, when
that
you also
look to
make
confuse others.
soulless remake after soulless remake, you're gonna have a not good time. And also, when your Disney Snow White princess actress says that she hates Snow White, and she's playing Snow White,
oh man,
you're gonna have a bad time. Okay, maybe I don't know. It's just me. Like I was watching Up the other day with my son.
Yeah,
and he was literally crying at the intro. Everyone cries at the introduction of Up. That's like the litmus test. If you don't feel any emotion during that 10-minute thing during Up, you need to go see a psychologist or go see therapy. Also started crying when the old man told Doug the dog that he was a bad dog because his house burned down. My son was crying with that, okay? He's only 2.5 years old, okay? We weren't goading him and saying, oh, it's sad. He like felt the emotion. You can't say that about Disney movies these days. You can always tell you're being preached at. Disney movies now are Christian films. In that, they don't know how to do the storytelling without preaching the message. Okay. They will sacrifice the story to preach the message at every single turn.
Shove something down our throat, yeah.
You know, I've always thought about
Star
Beauty
Wars.
and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast has always struck me. It's like Gaston, he's like this very focused, strong, like hard-headed individual. He's a G.
All the girls want Gaston.
Right? But he was focused on the girl he wanted, right? And so he just went after it. She the woman that Gaston wanted in the film got stolen by a wild animal.
By a wild animal.
And
A
taken
mutant.
into the woods.
A mutant.
And he faced him alone. He walked into the woods with a boomstick and went after the beast. And he's villainized for it. I mean, yeah, he
was just watching ABC News and was like, there's a mutant animal terrorizing the village. And it just brought a young virgin to its castle. What are you going to do? Sit around?
What would you do?
Do nothing? Oh, and don't do that.
Right. So, yeah, but he was a little mean to Beth's father. So, there is that stuff. But, yeah,
It's probably because he started fighting wars for the French when he was 11 years old and is just packed full of PTSD. And no one stopped to think about Gaston's feelings. They're like, oh, Gaston's ripped. He's got giant pecs. Yeah, he's totally awesome.
Yeah.
Gaston's got it together. Inside Gaston is a human being. He's a man. He's hurting and he's looking for love. And yeah, he can't express himself properly, but no one stopped to think about what is Gaston going through, okay?
Yeah.
The man is literally taken to song and dance in front of other people for extended periods of time. If that's not a cry for help, I don't know what is. Damn it.
I've never seen this movie.
Oh my God!
You never seen Beauty and the Beast?
You gotta watch
What?
it.
That just made this so much better.
You gotta
fix that.
Yeah,
That's like,
I do.
we gotta fix that.
You gotta watch the old school one though. Watch the old school one. The new one didn't do it.
The new one, they sprinkle a little things in there.
Whatever. But yeah, Disney, burning Hades. Don't like you.
Yep, done. You had a good run. You're done.
Too bad.
Anime's better.
So there's been a lot of stuff happening in crypto. I mentioned MasterCard and Binance ended their partnership. Binance Exchange to suspend crypto debit card offering. And in the Latin America area and the Middle East, Thailand's incoming PM has ties to crypto. WorldCoin, the UBI system, faces global regulatory hurdles amid expansion. That's probably
do they?
Yeah, that's probably because people don't want to be enslaved for the rest of their lives and basically put into a technological gulag. Are bad. FTX teams up with Galaxy to strategically manage crypto holdings amid bankruptcy. Do you think that Mike Novogratz is going to get an FTX tramp stamp in place of his Luna?
I hope he gets a teardrop.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, he should.
Yeah, the MasterCard and Binance ending their relationship, that's kind of like you're like Binance was like pity dating MasterCard because they're going to completely surpass MasterCard in every single way. And then MasterCard knew they were about to get dumped because they're like a hard 4, and Binance is a 10.
Yeah.
And so they know they're going to get dumped really hard. So they're like, no, I'll break it up with you.
Oh my God.
You suck.
They just pulled the trigger first.
Yeah.
You're not my best friend anymore.
You're not my best friend. He's not 6'1". He's only 5'11".
Oh gosh.
Well, then beyond that, we had crypto lender Ledin partners with Parallel to offer fiat-free real estate purchases in the Cayman Islands.
Just talking about that yesterday.
Base commits to decentralization, collective growth of the Optimism Collective L2 ecosystem. Now, OP is cooked into WorldCoin as well. So WorldCoin operates off of OP's base stack. And then Central African Republic plans to tokenize land and natural resources. So more of this tokenization
They need that
of
like
land.
crazy.
You
They
see
need it
that?
like crazy.
You've talked it into existence.
You know why?
Yeah.
You know why they need that, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, because they're going to get crushed by predatory Chinese loans here.
Well,
in a minute.
that's the future case for it. The current case is every 7 years there's a civil war in Africa that demolishes all the records. So, I was looking at buying property in Croatia. Well, Croatia was in a civil war with Bosnia for a long time in the 90s. And Bosnia basically bombed the ever-loving crap out of all their records offices. So no one knows who owns the property in Croatia anymore. So you can buy property in Croatia for pennies on the dollar. But someone in a couple years may show up and say, hey, that's actually my grape vineyard, my grape vineyard. And you have no way
to prove it.
You have to pay lawyers' fees to figure all that shit out in their Croatian legal system, which is pretty corrupt for a European legal system. So it ends up costing you hundreds of thousands of dollars more to pay for that property. It's a mess. And it's like 10x like that in Africa. They don't even have birth records there.
This is the alpha on why Africa and Cardano probably makes sense.
I know.
Makes sense for
Cardano's going to free Africa. I love it.
Right. And then we got Singapore's banking giant DBS unveils a metaverse concept that'll probably die where it is born.
Metaverse sucks.
Bitstamp will reportedly shut down its Ethereum staking service in the USA. because we are governed by jackasses and tyrants. EU officials provide Ukraine police crypto crime training. That's
Great.
fantastic.
Nice.
Does it apply to Burisma?
No, probably not. And it's probably going to be handled through the same AG that was put in place by the Biden administration
Is
by
that
force.
is that the transgender?
Oh, God. I mean, I wouldn't bet against it. I
Well,
mean,
you know their Secretary of State or whatever is transgender.
Really?
American, yeah.
what are the chances? I mean,
Is an
there's
American-
so many. It's like 1 out of 100 people.
It's
at
one of our
most.
best exports, honestly, as a country.
Oh wow.
Is that where we're going to get our new GDP from? Nick?
We've cornered the market. China has rare earth metals. Europe has people with women with unshaven armpits, and America has
Chicks with dicks.
chicks with dicks.
I'm so proud.
QuantStamp crypto firm launches new service to prevent flash loan attacks. New Zealand is cautious on crypto. Why are they cautious on crypto? You're like not cautious about like locking people in their houses and threatening them with violence over masks. Cautious about crypto while Singapore takes proactive approach to regulate stablecoins. All that basically over, and that's just across the world. This is kind of a nice post. I really like this.
Heavy.
Crypto girl Nova. Very
Probably
nice.
a dude.
Probably
so?
a dude. 100%.
Yeah, that's why you always got to check for the Adam's apple.
Yep. Always check for that Adam's
Son
apple.
of a
bro.
gun.
Check
Son
the
of
Adam's
a
apple
gun.
and the elbows. Okay, elbows are the age. Adam's apple is the gender.
Okay.
Can't check between the legs anymore.
Then more alpha. You were on fire
Look,
today
dude,
with the alpha.
I've lived a lot of lives.
I know it's true. It's true.
I
Smash
just,
the like.
I just want to add in there.
Aaron, please do.
One of the
I'm talking too
topics
much.
there was me. I'm talking too much. Yeah.
No, me. I'm talking too much.
Was WorldCoin. We might have a video coming out Saturday for the
Ooh.
Druth about WorldCoin and AI and where it's
It
headed in the
slaps.
future.
It
slaps.
slaps.
It's so good.
Aaron
very
is
good.
amazing.
Yeah,
He's
we need
the
to.
guy
We need
behind
to.
it.
I'm gonna riff on Aaron for about 10 seconds here.
should.
Oh,
Aaron
man.
puts in the time. Aaron's a professional. Aaron and I actually got into a little bit of a quibble when I first started, but we've moved on. We haven't even brought it up. I don't even ever think about it more than once a week. But he is a great editor. He's a great producer. He's a great shooter, and he's a fantastic addition to the Blockchain Basement team and the bunker. He's going to be part of the reason why this channel is successful. Besides the chat, minus Dave Digital.
Wow.
So
Minus Dave
Jack
Digital.
of all trades, master of none, I say.
Dave, how
So
you
humble.
doing? Oh, I didn't even call it the chat when I started the show. Guns and Loaded,
Suck.
the NL Koala Gamer, BG, Shane Hansen, keep the memes coming. Crimson Caravan, C90 FTW, Jalaki. Don't even know how to say that. That reminds me of the movie Jackal. Did you guys see Jackal?
Jackal? No.
With Bruce Willis.
Oh, yeah.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Bo Sherwood, Deadwood, Sofa King, Mart Smithson, Mike Volmer, hello, Chili Rainbow, Dave Digital, of course. Sorry, we just get going a little bit too fast sometimes. You know what I mean? So now I've been looking for a $22,000 Bitcoin for about a month now. And Evan Aldo came in. We had him on the show talking about that downtrend. There's a couple other people beginning to call out this exact time frame for could Bitcoin crash to $22,000 in September.
Oh, baby.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Bags are loaded.
I know.
They're
I know.
open.
You ready? Your body's ready for this?
Body has been ready, bro.
Okay. To answer this question, we need to first focus on August. What was the worst month what was the worst Bitcoin August drawdown in history? That'd be a negative 17% in 2014 and an 18% drawdown in 2015. Currently, in 2023, BTC is down 16%.
Not bad.
Not bad. If BTC were to drop 18% this August, Bitcoin would drop to 24/7, but that might not be the end of the retrace. There's two reasons why here. So Bitcoin is forming a double top in general on the recent pump up to 31. It absolutely has a double top on it right now. We might as well pull it up and see this. Oh God, this jerk.
Who is that
Dude, I
dickwad?
don't know what this
Alan?
Great
I
documentaries
would
on him.
fight that guy in a minute. Let's see here.
Do you know who he is?
Is he the free solo guy?
Yeah, he's
no
the
one
one that's
cares.
called-
No one
okay.
cares.
Yeah, let's see here.
It was a great documentary.
I know.
Let's see here. So, oh God, yeah. So this is basically in general what they're talking about. This double top spot here. Now, it did get slightly above it on this side, but still just getting wrecked towned on the back end
Goblin
right there.
Town.
So it's absolutely there. Let's see here. Where is this?
You know
Okay.
why this is important, Drew?
Why is that important?
Because this is going to prove whether Bitcoin is going to continue to behave as it did in the past.
Absolutely.
Without QE.
Absolutely.
We're in a negative QE environment. We're in a QT environment.
Right.
So everyone's been saying, oh, Bitcoin's not going to act the same. Actually, wait, I've been saying that. So they've been saying Bitcoin's not going to be acting the same. Now they're in a QT environment. But maybe it will. Because if it continues this trend, maybe it's impervious.
That's been the theory, right? Like that it's only experienced good times, money printing. We're coming out of the housing collapse. Like Bitcoin was in its inception came from, intelligent people seeing fiscal irresponsibility causing the housing collapse in 2007, 2008, 2009. They said, oh my God, we need to get out of this. We need to fix this fiat currency garbage. Bitcoin was born out of that system. Now, since that, it's been quantitative easing up until just about a year or two ago when the Federal Reserve decided they had to do tightening. Inflation went rampant, but they acted like it was not their fault. It really was because they shut the world economy down.
Drew, for the kids at home, explain what QE is.
Yeah, so QE comes in many different forms. You can be just printing money out of the Federal Reserve and injecting it into the Treasury, just flat out printing, open bar. And that is done when the economy really, really needs it outwardly and they can admit it, right? Then you have reverse repos. So the government sells Treasury bonds to private and government individuals and organizations to basically hold U.S. dollar for a long term, either 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, and earn a return on that. It's up to like 5 or 6% right now. Reverse repos are a way of QE because they are repossessing that bond and then printing more money to reestablish a new bond with a better rate to that same buyer. Now, the third form of QE, in my opinion, is Bank Term Funding Program, which was released in this year to stop the banks entirely from collapsing because of these interest rate hikes. Bank Term Funding Program is a very sneaky little tool that they have created where basically they're using a basket of world currencies that's based out of the IMF. It's meant for third world countries, mind you, for emergency payments into the U.S. banking sector so that it doesn't collapse under its own weight as these banks have to realize these new interest rate levels. And they sit underwater by still a $500 billion on their securities within commercial real estate, right? So there's a lot of things playing into that, but quantitative easing is basically, in a nutshell, just a way for governments to kick the can down the road of fiscal responsibility to extend the lifespan of any given fiat currency. It's about as simple as I can put it, and
You did a great job.
Did I? You think
did a
so?
great job.
Those are always tough to kind of
It's tough,
can.
but you got to help educate the people. Shout out to chat, Crypto Pricey. G'day from Australia.
Hey.
What part of Australia, bro? Because
Hey.
if you're from Perth, you can just shut up. I woke up at 4:20. Nice to put on the
time.
basement. Anyways, is there a buying opportunity with China-based tokens at the moment? We did a little bit of a deep dive on VeChain last night on Around the Blockchain. VeChain is interesting. I think what's the other big China token, Drew?
Well, you got Tron, clearly. I mean,
Tron's China I thought it's Hong Kong.
well, I mean, Hong Kong it's been absorbed by China.
Okay.
You think Hong Kong is different than China? We're just birds aren't real at that point. Unbelievable.
Yeah. I can't answer that.
What about that Cypherium one?
Cypherium?
Remember Cypherium? It's a proof of work crypto project out of China.
Yeah.
That is on the FedNow website, right next to Ripple.
Yeah.
As far as a communicator for money within bank-to-bank transactions. That's a lot of people got misconstrued on what FedNow really is. It's bank-to-bank. It's not bank-to-person. It's not me and you changing money out.
No.
It's basically just a new mechanism of messaging out. It's additional to the SWIFT system. It doesn't replace the whole thing. It's additional to it. And they're basically just laying the framework to make this digital transaction and instant payment system all come together as one. But Cypherium is on the FedNow website the last I checked, and that was really, really weird to see because it's a China-based.
Conflux, that's the other one.
Conflux, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, the Chinese economy is dicey right now, okay? It's just not in a great spot. So I'm not looking at China-based coins per se to like fill up my portfolio. Conflux is fine. I mean, they're going to be around for a while. Are they going to see like the 10x, 20x pumps? I can't say at the moment.
their housing market. They're in for something.
Hannah knows.
They're always in, but they don't care. They destroy entire cities that they build. They don't.
They're starting to get
kill
nervous.
people.
Like the BRICS nations are starting to get nervous because the C in BRICS is starting to get a little dicey. The 20x, the 50x's those are not in the coin market cap top 50 right now. Like those are not going to 20 and 50x. I'm sorry. Okay. It's not going to happen. So you need to be looking outside of it. NEO's a good one. I would be looking at APAC region coins, not necessarily China coins. So yeah, kind of switching gears here. Did you hear about the 1% mortgage down payment thing? No.
1% mortgage. What is it? Let me look it
Aaron,
up.
have you bought your house yet?
Yeah, I bought my house. It was not at 1%.
Zillow is offering mortgages with a 1% down.
That's
terrible. I just think that's an awful idea.
Well, the whole movie The Big Short was written.
Right. Like, I've seen this before. I've been here before.
Yeah.
What you got?
Owen told me to watch The Big Short like 2 days ago.
You haven't seen The Big Short? I required Vivian to watch The Big Short and The Wolf of Wall Street the week she started. You need to watch those two movies. Everyone in crypto should watch those two movies. Plus,
he made Vivian watch The Wolf of Wall Street.
Opening scene is incredible.
And,
wow.
and you have to watch Billions, at least the first 2 seasons, and you have to watch Wall Street, like the one from the 80s with Gordon Gekko.
I would add one more.
Okay.
There Will Be Blood.
Oh, yeah. That's
banger.
That is, if you want to understand industrialization, and money and power,
right?
There Will Be Blood is the best lesson on the dynamics of power.
Absolutely.
It's fantastic.
I'm going to my notes.
I'll drink your milkshake.
Speaking of power, this power couple in 2023 just broke no mortgage required at all. This week on House Hunters, an OnlyFans creator and a UPS driver with a budget of $3.69 million.
The Big Short.
Because they are crushing it
How
right
much
now.
are UPS drivers making nowadays? It's like 6 figures, right?
$172,000, bro. I'll tell you what, my guy. If I ever need a landing place, going to UPS. You know how much a Bucky's assistant manager makes a year?
Tell me. I want to know.
Take a guess.
All right.
I saw 170 type.
Yeah.
Really?
It's 145. Bucky's assistant manager.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I know what I'm doing. Everything goes to crap.
Yeah.
I'm going Bucky's. I love Bucky's.
Hold on. Don't pull up my screen. I'm getting on LinkedIn right now.
I'm going to create a couple burner phones so I can pad my resume.
No big deal. No big deal.
I ran an Exxon. I ran a racetrack.
So they arrested Trump yesterday.
In Georgia, right? It's
the best thing that ever happened to him.
He's going to get elected.
It has solidified, election won. Because he looks like a total badass.
I know, right?
Pull it up. I mean, he looks like a total badass.
Hold on. Trump mugshot.
People are making memes about it. They're selling mugs. They put the little parental advisory sticker on it.
How many times has he been arrested now?
Now the term mugshot makes a lot more sense.
He's never been in jail.
Oh my God! Look at this.
He's gone to court for bankruptcy.
Okay, just court.
Look at this.
But this is like criminal charges.
Yeah.
Look at this. Take us out. Get us out.
Dang.
That's badass.
He
won.
I want that on a mug.
He has won the presidency. Thanks to the Fulton County prison system. Idiots. The Democrats are so dumb.
And you saw the best thing was seeing his motorcade drive out of Atlanta.
Yeah.
And he was in the car. Like, he got
people
arrested.
are waving at him.
Oh my God, I love you. You know, like in the hood. You know what I mean? Like, things have changed big time. You gotta love it. People are waking up.
Look, I don't like Trump. I don't want him to win the presidency. But dude, Michael Moore, the biggest liberal on the planet, summed up Trump perfectly. He said, people who vote for Trump because he is a human Molotov cocktail thrown into the middle of Washington, D.C.
And that's what I wanted.
Entertaining.
And if that's what you want, then that is what he is.
That's what I wanted.
But I don't want those mean tweets.
Yeah, I miss
want the
mean
mean
tweets. I miss mean tweets.
Don't talk about women having their
$1.50
periods.
gas. God. I miss him. I miss him so much.
Look, he's a piece of shit. I'm sorry.
I know, but he caused so
he's
much good
our
chaos.
piece of shit.
He's my piece of shit.
We love him.
You know what I mean? He's my special piece of shit. So, you wanted to talk about this a little bit today. The potential Carrington event, right?
I've been praying for this.
Yeah, this might happen.
Part of my evening
So,
prayers.
NASA Perseverance rover discovers an expanding sunspot know the potential impact on Earth.
Please.
Now, this is the actual sunspot they're talking about, and why they're writing a article about this is because it's planning to actually make a movement across the sun and potentially flare while it's facing the Earth here. So, not just the U.S. Now, something about sunspots. Now, obviously, this Perseverance rover made a significant discovery, identified a sunspot, yada, yada, yada. These things are happening often. The only reason why this was cited in specific is because it does have the trajectory to be roughly aimed at the Earth. But what you got to think about here is that when a sunspot happens, Carrington event happens, there is only a section of the Earth that is exposed to a solar flare / Carrington event.
Yes.
So you have to keep that in mind.
Keep
It's not
talking.
going to hit everything, but
I'm getting close.
we're getting close. We're getting close. Nick, we have to have a discussion about actually making a full-on video
Hang
about.
on. He who cannot be named, thank you for the super chat. SAS Finance. Nick, grab a beer on me. Lol, I am in a good mood now. Appreciate you.
Look at that.
Sorry, go
Look
ahead.
at that. That's
Go
the
ahead,
first super chat from Sass. It's getting
Cheers.
sassy. Nice
Go
to
ahead.
see you.
Go ahead, Drew.
Well, I think we need to sit down and we need to kind of game plan, or not really game plan, but war game. If we woke up, we went to work, and like that, a Carrington event did happen.
Okay.
What fully would happen? Please
So-
tell me.
Okay, so here's what happens in a Carrington event.
Okay.
Carrington event is when a sunspot explodes essentially, and a huge amount of cosmic rays get ejected from the sun towards the Earth. Now, normally that's not that big of a deal because our atmosphere deflects cosmic rays all the time. Okay? We are constantly getting bombarded with cosmic rays. If you ever want proof of that, go up north, and that's what the aurora borealis is. It's cosmic rays that would otherwise kill us getting deflected by the atmosphere. But in a Carrington event, it's so overpowering that it ends up frying. It ends up acting like an EMP, and it fries most electronics. So the only electronics that will survive are electronics that are based on vacuum tubes, whereas everything else that has a transistor in it is going to basically blow up. Like, it's like someone turned on a microwave that is pointed at the world, and it's like you put that computer in a microwave, what's going to blow up on it? All the tiny little gold traces between the circuits are going to go and spark.
Does it get hotter?
Yeah. We won't
okay.
feel it necessarily.
It's because it's so hot in Georgia already.
Yeah, that's true.
Wait,
104.
Whoa, we won't feel it. We would die.
No, we wouldn't die.
We
No.
wouldn't die.
Thank God. I don't want to die.
We would not die. We would feel temporary discomfort, but all the electronics would blow up.
already
Now we would
Okay.
die if you're on a plane and the plane has all the electronics fried. Then you would die.
So what about the sat phones that they gave to the senators? Would those
Yeah.
fry?
Those would be fried.
Okay, so
Yep.
that's
You got to
good.
think about, like, even what do you call them? The telegraphs, the little buttons. Is that what they're called? Telegraphs, the little Morse code things.
Morse code, yeah.
So
Telegram.
those lines, those
So
lines
Putin's
lit
come.
on fire and burned all the towns that those wires went to
Yeah.
down when it did happen a few hundred years ago. So it
did.
happens.
It was 110 years ago there was a Carrington event.
Yep.
Yeah.
See,
How many?
Blew up
110
Where?
here.
in the US, yeah.
And everybody's phones blew up?
Well,
they
there
didn't
wasn't
have-
phones back
Bro,
They
then.
only had
It was
telegraph
110
lines.
years
Yeah.
ago.
True.
So there was like several thousand miles of telegraph line that all got obliterated. Every single power line in the country that was in the area of effect of the Carrington event would instantly blow up. You know, like how they turn blue and go bzzz,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then that was exactly what would happen.
Yeah.
So it would be awesome.
I was looking at the
And
chat.
we would just be reset. We'd have like radios. Like
We would all go back to like 1930s. It
Yeah,
would be awesome.
I literally I could see that happening.
I would love it.
You could see that happening.
Like I could, yeah.
You would see it happening.
You would see it right before your eyes.
It's right before your very eyes.
I could a little reset.
you need to run to
take us
shelter.
Back a few
You're in
years.
Atlanta.
Yeah, I am.
You're done for.
I'm screwed.
Wait, are you in Midtown?
hmm
Ooh.
Oh, gosh.
Why would
She's
you
in
want to
the
live
belly of
in
the
You
beast.
Atlanta?
okay, so Drew, here's the thing. We
I
have our
love-
bug out bags. We would have to get to our families, secure our families, and then we'd have to go rescue Hannah. 'Cause
Yeah.
she would be in like
Everybody,
It would be like The
Hell.
Walking
I'm
Dead
not
down
going to
there, bro.
Atlanta. Yeah, I watched The Walking Dead.
Plus
No,
one in the
thank you.
chat. Plus one in the chat if we should leave Hannah defend for herself.
Yes.
Don't do
plus
that.
2 if we should actually go get
You
it.
have a boyfriend. That's what he's
yeah,
for.
he's fine. He's got you.
I'm going to Drew's house.
Ah.
I'm going to your house, Drew. You got eggs.
Yeah.
Tell
I'll
Kate-
be at your front door.
Tell Pie or whatever your boyfriend's
chickens.
nickname is.
Oh,
Tell
dude.
Pie that he needs to man up and have a go bag.
Dude,
Yo,
did guys
how'd you
see
know that?
Pi token. Look at this. What happened? Am I rich off of Pi token, Nick? Are we rich?
Bye.
I
I'm
never
trying
got in on that. I had so many people in the office like, yo, use my link.
at what
Use my
happened.
link to start mining Pi or whatever. And I was
Pi.
like, bro, I'm not doing
Look
that.
at
Yeah, I
this.
used Nick's
Whoa,
link.
I wish I did it now.
Yeah, what is it up
Yeah.
by? It's up by 60. It's up by like 100 something percent
Good
on the
gosh.
week.
I've got a couple hundos.
You got a couple hundred of these. Like, what if, are we rich now?
No,
That'd be-
I mean,
it's mainnet's not launched.
we're like
yet.
redneck rich. We're like,
Yeah, we're
man,
redneck
he's
rich.
going to go get himself a bull bar for his Dodge Ram.
Oh gosh, I hate those things.
Yeah, so I was just wanted to call this out. I mean, it's like great to see the number going up, but I can't do anything with the tokens. I have the
Yeah.
tokens in my Pi wallet on my phone, and they can't go anywhere because there's no exchange that's selling them.
Yeah, there is now.
Where?
It's like MEXC or something.
No.
Are they on the mainnet? Or are they? Like,
I thought the
unverified?
mainnet wasn't live yet.
Mainnet's live, bro. You just got a KYC.
Well, I did that. I already
go.
got that done. Oh,
Yeah,
my
there's like
God.
7 different steps you got to do. Sawtooth Hiker, you're awesome. Thank you for that.
Sawtooth Hiker, thank you very much. Dude, if this is real and I can sell these on the open market.
Are we gonna watch Drew get a shitload of money live on blockchain
He's
base?
gonna
No,
go
not on
buy
this
some
computer.
chickens and more ammunition.
Yeah, I bought a car. I'm picking up a new car today.
Congrats, man.
I had to get, I still have the FJ Cruiser.
Sad.
If anyone wants an FJ, a ragged out FJ,
Hey, it's
Right.
still got full compression.
It's only at its middle life. It still has another 300K in it.
It's got 300,000
that
miles
chassis
on it.
though,
It's a little rusty. It's from Colorado, and I put it
Ooh,
through
yeah.
some work. Okay, I have climbed some mountains. I have broken down some trees. I have hit some concrete barriers. You know, so be reasonable. Don't act like you've never been naked in the Arizona desert bow fishing in the sun before. Things happen when you're out there. So,
you
know,
got to sun your balls.
that's true. That's what you got to do. But
If you are not irradiating your testicles every day, you're not living life.
yeah, I had a guy actually, a friend. He got like an amazing job. It was like $100,000 a year. His first day he missed because he fell asleep on the top of Long's Peak in Colorado, completely naked and sunburned his entire body. Couldn't move. So be careful about sunburning. But all right, so let's go back to Bitcoin. I want to get some tasty entries. I'm going back into the market. Obviously, I took some profits, bought a car, did all this stuff.
Peyote's a hell of a truck.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Now I'm looking for that juicy re-entry. This 22 spot's basically where I've decided I want it to get to. If we go below 22K, it doesn't bother me at all. But basically, it's citing the double top, and BTC tends to experience single-digit drawdowns in September. So if BTC retraces an additional 10% in September, that would mean the price drops down to $22,000. Then that approximately would match with the measured move target for the double top breakdown of 22,000 as well. Just a couple graphs. I like this guy, Rec Capital. He's been pretty spot on lately, so I definitely take his word at good value. And this is the double top just in a simplified manner. You can see there. Here's the overall kind of months, calling out the different months here. This is the 2014 August. Then this is the 2014 September price action. Then we have these. So in the 2022.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean,
That's bananas.
yeah. I mean, it's pretty concise. And if history rhymes, we should be landing somewhere in that 22 to 24 spot. And it looks like it's happening right now. Like we get, a Federal Reserve that's, keeping everyone on the edge of their toes.
We've never had a green September.
Never had a green September. Look at that. Yeah. We've never had a green September ever. The best we've done is losing 1%.
Aaron. Oh, wait, no. we have two.
Yeah. 2% up and 6% up.
Very
here.
weak.
Yeah. Very sad.
Very weak.
Very
Okay.
sad. And then let's see here. So this is just the overall. This is kind of like a step back look at it. And really what I'm looking for is the price to come and be somewhere in between this entire area of chop right here. I was just kind of looking on my own at this spot where it peaked out, got slapped back down, came back up to it, fought it for a little bit. Now we blasted back up. Now the best thing to do For my opinion, in Bitcoin and what you're talking about, Nick, to continue the process of what we've had for history in Bitcoin's 4-year cycle would be to come back down, because that's what it's done. It's had a little bit of a retracement before it actually takes off around the halving. And it's still kind of boring even after that for a little bit.
Yep.
So that's what I'm looking at on the Bitcoin side. Let's see here. So blockchain backer, we know him well. Hideous day for the stock market, closing at lows. Tomorrow is Jackson Hole. This is obviously posted yesterday. And this is the overall Dow Jones Industrial Average. Not looking so hot. Not looking so hot. So this kind of makes me just beg the question, like, is the stock market going to have to retrace in a big way? Nvidia is doing well, and like tech companies are doing well in their earnings, but there's a lot of stuff that might happen on the traditional stock side. God, this is a mess, Nick. But just while we were just recently talking about
What
prepping,
did you do?
the National Hurricane Center's increased probability of a tropical cyclone formation for the Western Caribbean to the eastern Gulf of Mexico over the next 7 days, and we'll need to activate storm chase mode. He's a storm chaser. This thing is potentially going up to the Atlanta area.
Let's do it, baby.
You
Let's
ready
go.
for this?
Let's rock and roll.
We're gonna get some terrible storms.
I'm from
Yeah?
North Carolina, so I've been through many hurricanes before. Let's do it, bro.
Yeah, this is pretty sketchy. We got some pretty big trees out here. So,
Looks like I'm gonna be working from home.
yeah?
No,
No.
sounds like an excuse someone makes.
Oh, yeah. And then Pepe, man. Stuff's happening with Pepe.
Yeah.
Now, if there's something weird going on with Pepe, okay? So this post, I can't remember who tagged me in it, but thank you for doing it. It was one of the basement dwellers. This is from Nebraska. Cagnoner. Pepe account hasn't tweeted since August 11th, and that is the day that SBF was sent to jail. So this is just an interesting thing to note here. This is the last tweet from the Pepe account on August 11th. You know, just giving its sinister little grin. And God, I love that little frog so much. But then you got Sam Bankman-Fried booked into jail on August 11th. Is Sam Bankman-Fried behind Pepe? Is this within the realm of possibility, would you say?
Deja vu. Weren't we talking about Bald at being SBF's
We are.
rug pull?
Yes,
So,
like 2 weeks ago.
All right. I've been here before.
Yeah? Where's Pepe's price action?
Wasn't SBF? Wasn't he behind Shiba as well, or no? I can't remember if it wasn't Shiba.
He wasn't like directly behind it. He wasn't the founder of it, no.
Which one was he behind? What?
Let's see here. What is all of
I
these
can't remember.
advertisements? God, CoinGecko. All of these. Why is CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko just ruining my life? And your solution, Crypto Lunar Crush, Nick?
Lunar Crush is not that good either.
It's not that good either. Like, we need better options here. Maybe that's what we should do. Just start a simple, basic charting website so we can have some reason here. So this is the overall graph of Pepe. It's still above its initial price, but I mean, it's not looking so hot. This essentially, though, looks like the entire rest of the meme coin market. And if you see Bitcoin falling, you should darn bet that you're going to see big crashes within the meme coin sector. Meme coins and those types of things only really are awesome when they are fading the price action of Bitcoin. So you got to keep that in mind. That's what I'm keeping in mind when I'm looking at what different altcoins I'm going to be getting back into as I'm waiting there on the sidelines. And yes, I do still have some crypto in the background in case I'm horribly wrong. And this is some super cycle that's starting early. I've left behind in my bags Chainlink, Constellation DAG, Stellar Lumens, and Nick's favorite crypto of all, XRP. So I had to.
I'm out.
You're out?
I'm out.
Are you all in on XRP still? Do you still hold some? He's out of here. Look at him. He's all. You had to cover XRP on ATB last night. It was terrible.
Don't remind me.
Yeah, it's okay.
I feel like he likes it.
You think so?
Nick loves XRP.
Oh
He's just
God.
closeted.
Oh my God. What is this RuneScape thing you guys brought up to me? So I have this. This is from Hannah. This is on Reddit, and it's talking about RuneScape. I received my old friend's RuneScape account after he passed. And like the title says, I received my friend's account because he ended his life after his wife left him. We were on deployment, and he left his account with me and his password in his will. Okay.
Okay, see? There we go.
Okay.
Keyword.
He's been gone for a while, and I was missing him, so I decided I wanted to start playing on his account. It felt like a comforting idea. Anyway, I saw on RuneScape website that I should make a Jagex account and link accounts to it.
Ooh.
Let's see here, but not if you are not the original owner. Well, I am not the original owner. I essentially inherited this account. I want to figure out how to link this account to Jagex without it getting locked out or getting into trouble. Would appreciate some helpful feedback. And this is kind of an interesting subject.
Yeah, isn't it? I was scrolling through it, and the whole thread is just talking about the ways that you could kind of solve this problem. Like if you inherited an account, it wasn't yours originally, but you want to be like the rightful owner of it, and you want to connect it to your other accounts and like make sure that the account's secure, you can have it. RuneScape's a legacy game. I was explaining this to Taco. You can like log in and log out and pick up where you left off at any point. So like it's like a game of life. So that's why I like it. It's attractive to me because I like to play it for like a month and then quit for 6 months and then come back and play for a week. Like that's the cycle for me. So a lot of people feel the same. Like they've been playing it since it came out in 2001. People have been playing it for years and years, and they have built these accounts, and they're worth like money. It's worth real value, and people are attached to it. And it still has like a very active community, even though it's like old and outdated, but the team is still innovating, all that. But this whole thread is on Reddit, and I just came across it last night. I got a notification in my email, and I was reading through it, and they're just talking about all of the different, they're just talking about how you could, like, how could you solve this problem if it was literally in your will, but you don't want to get in trouble with Jagex, with the owner of RuneScape, because they have a lot of rules and regulations over like ownership and rights. And I was reading this whole thread, and I'm just like, blockchain solves this. Like blockchain solves this, but everybody's conversing, and they're literally like, they're saying it. They're saying it, but they don't know what blockchain is. So like, they don't know how to like relate it. But I'm like, yo, like if you had somebody to just tell you this, like you would get it. Like you would be like, yes.
Well, I mean, you're right. Blockchain could solve this. This is kind of like the problem that we have in general with Web 2 systems and transferring information and data. You're going to run into that in the privatized manner. Now, overhauling everything so that we do have this chance of lineage handoffs through blockchain, that's quite a technological build out that you're talking about. What we're doing right here in crypto could solve this. Is going to take a lot of work, and it's going to take use case specific cryptos to do so. Aaron, do you play RuneScape?
Oh my gosh, do I play RuneScape? I played a lot. I'm maxed out on the game. My solution to this guy is, as long as he has the username, password, and the email attached to it, he's fine. He doesn't have to go and be like, please make it under my name or whatever. He's fine. But there's actually a huge exploit with this linking of accounts or whatever, because they made it to where you could essentially go to the home screen, you just log in, you have to put your username, password in, and people were actually putting links in Discords or whatever, and if they clicked on it, their account got hacked. And I'll say this: before crypto, I played RuneScape. RuneScape has prepared me for crypto. Scams do not I don't fall for anything anymore. My account's been hacked twice. It's crazy. I mean, there's people literally in Venezuela playing this game because the in-game currency is worth more than their own. It is crazy. Yeah, you can sell your gold for real money. My weird flex, but I mean, my account's probably worth a couple $1,000s, whatever. I've actually thought about selling the items in the account to invest in crypto before, but
my brother is the one that put me on to RuneScape. He's older, but he still to this day sells stuff off of his account and makes money. And he doesn't play it all the time. But yeah, RuneScape taught me about supply and demand. It taught me about the economy. It taught me about literally the skills are chopping trees and then putting the wood down, lighting it, and cooking. And it's life. It's like a life simulation, and it taught me.
Don't you have to go to the community hall or whatever to sell everything?
The Grand Exchange.
There's a Grand Exchange. But
which that wasn't even always there. At the beginning, it was player to player. You had
go to World
try to
2
figure out how to
sell
get
at
through the
the
game.
Varrock Bank. You just keep typing in selling 500 willow logs or whatever. It was pretty lit.
It was
This is the actual metaverse.
This is
the
alpha.
metaverse is already there.
Literally,
There's already
the metaverse. The metaverse. That word is terrible, but the metaverse is social media and your online personality. It's already here, but it's just going to get more elaborate and people are going to start to care about it more. Like, I think the metaverse is just your digital identity and how it goes from one platform to the other, like X, Meta, games, anything. It's just your online identity.
Bullish on parade. Yes, I've researched who's getting to rebuild the Ukraine, and that would be BlackRock and our president, Larry Fink. So enjoy that one. And if you're not investing your time into RuneScape or video games, you can also check out our new sponsor.
Hey, that's a good transition.
Wow. Look at you.
Exclusive opportunities. We got a risk assessment now. This it's basically got 230,000 users already. 261 million in total investments and 43 companies available. We looked at those companies earlier. They got Chain Analysis, they got Ripple, they got a lot of crypto centric kind of standard Wall Street available products out there. And your investment journey can start at just $2,500, making it accessible for a wider range of investors that are on the up and come. So check it out. The link is in our description of this video. If you are in the traditional stock game, if you are it seems like we did a poll and a lot of our listeners are in the traditional stock game as well. It makes sense. Yeah. It's a pretty highbrow crowd, asking me high level questions about BlackRock and Ukraine rebuilding. Yeah. Unbelievable. Let's talk about kinetic energy and the rod of God maybe sometime. That'll be good. I was glad we touched on that when you were hosting earlier. It's always a hoot having you on. Now, I did see a fella in Denver wearing the shirt, potentially dangerous, on our Hit Merch website.
Ooh, that's a nice shirt.
Right? We got it on the website. I got a few left. Doing pretty good with them. I wore this to my concert and around town. Anytime I really want someone to kind of get the message here, this is a great shirt to do so with. And you can follow me and find that link to this
profile
shirt.
picture.
Yeah, you like that profile picture? I got sent this by a fan, but there was a screen capture. And this is the real profile picture right here.
Wow, look at that.
Look at this guy. This is an actual
photo.
This is a real photo of Biden.
I remember.
Yeah.
The Biden Reich.
The Biden Reich. Now, so you heard it here first. Well, make sure to go check us out. Follow me. I'm at Druth Crypto. I got to start shilling myself. I never bring up the fact that I'm online. I got like 1,000 followers. I get way more views than followers. So I'd appreciate it if you guys go check it out. And I promise I won't offend you about everything I say, just about some things. But yeah, man, like right now in the markets, I am thinking that we're going to continue to pull down. I'm sorry. I know that I like being a perpetual bull on Bitcoin, but right now looks a little rough. So I'm excited to take advantage of the dip. I'm positioned to do so. If you don't have dry powder on the sideline, try to create different sources of income to get ready, because this next few months is the buying opportunity of a lifetime.
Yep.
It's the way that you can change your life forever. Skid Marks, Vivek actually sued the World Economic Forum over their labeling him a young global leader earlier this month. So go check that out. So the World Economic Forum just slapped a label of young global leader on young Vivek, and he sued them over it. You know about the young global leaders well, I'm sure, Nick. That's like when I first got hired, that's like was my mission, is to dig up all the young global leaders. Yep. Pretty much everything. Dude, Rostin Benham, he is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Trudeau. Yep. Macron. Yep. Jacinda. All of the wonderful names that have been forced out of their positions and or being threatened to be forced by good old fashioned.
Trudeau's got another week or two, maybe.
You think so?
I mean, he fired his whole cabinet.
Oh my God. His whole cabinet's gone?
I believe so, yeah.
I need to make a video on the trucker. The Canadian
trucker. You need to make a Canada series.
Yeah,
Canada don't touch on just the truckers. You got to have the whole context.
Yeah, it's true.
Taking all the pastors and reverends to jail.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Right?
Arresting pastors on the side, and then also they're crushing the middle class. You have hardworking middle class people that are in tears in front of their elected leaders. Yep. I can't afford this water bill because I can't eat if I pay this water bill. Well, I'm sorry, climate change is hard and you got to buy your way out of this. Basically the message that they're getting.
They're trying to make all the Letterkennys poor, and that's sad. Comment, don't put it in chat, but comment on this video on what you want the Druth to do some bunker episodes on. We are canvassing the chat, but make it a comment, not in the chat. What should Drew cover?
Great idea. I
pay
love
attention.
We're not crowdfunding.
Crowd pleasers.
We're trying to release more episodes too, like not just one a week, like 2 a week.
Yeah, we got a new writer. That new John guy is awesome. Very intelligent.
BlackRock John. Yeah.
We got a deep research bench here. And obviously I'm capable of research myself. Been running a lot of buttons, pushing buttons, and learning the tech side of video production and all that stuff additionally. So at times it gets a little bit much. And RC Rex, you're probably right. I probably can't offend you. I've seen your timeline. You are lit. So with that being said, we're going to go get ATB set up here right now. You're hosting ATB.
I am.
It's going down.
We're going over Tor is implementing proof of work to cut down on denial of service attacks, which is really cool. The IRS just released a bunch of new crypto regulations, and then we're just going to have some of the people on the show talk about some altcoins.
Love it.
So if you want some altcoin alpha, check out Around the Blockchain.
All the stuff, all the alpha. Thank you very much for joining us. Cryptos, Numa, SAS Finance, Randall Dance, Roosevelt Taylor, thank you for the super chat. Can I get your thoughts on Clientex? I'm going to have to look into that.
I don't know what it is.
Clientex, we need to look into it to get you an answer.
Might be a scam.
It might be a scam.
Happy Friday, everyone.
Never heard of it. But anyways, happy Friday. Go do something good for your community. Be good to the people that you love. Listen, pay attention. Listen more than you speak. That's what I would.
I'm going to go touch some grass.
Touch some grass. That's right. Well, we bid you adieu.